In fact, whenever we could talk about new members of the UTEP Miners, it's definitely something to get pretty excited about, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. And I know a lot of UTEP fans, Steve, are looking to know who's the latest UTEP prospect to commit and join this team. So, yeah, I'm sure everybody's excited to meet the newest UTEP commit in Jamal Sumlin.
Well, let's do it because we've got Jamal here with us on the show via Zoom, along with his high school coach, Shawn Spencer. And we're going to go all the way to Ohio and Cleveland, Ohio to make this thing happen. Gentlemen, welcome aboard. Jamal, good to have you on the show. Coach Spencer, we appreciate you being here as well.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having me too.
You bet. All right. So, Jamal, you got the UTEP hat on. I'm excited to see that. I like the background. Just out of curiosity, over the last couple of weeks, how much have you learned about UTEP basketball?
I really learned a lot. I thought it was like a very small place when I first saw this stuff, but when I went out there, I liked it. They're real good.
Oh, so you took your visit to UTEP a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So when you said you thought it was a small place, how big? I mean, how many people do you think were in El Paso? Just out of curiosity, because this one I got to hear.
Not a lot. It was a little. There was a few. Like a couple thousand. Not that much though.
Yeah, it might not be Cleveland, Jamal, but still, El Paso's a pretty good size, right there around, 800,000 to 1 million people. A lot of UTEP fans. When you went into the arena and saw the Haskins Center and you saw the banners hanging and the court and the mountain and everything else, is that really when the switch flipped for you?
Yes, I saw a lot of things out there that I liked about El Paso, including the college campus and stuff.
I'm curious about the trip. Tell me about the trip and really how the trip went for you in general.
The flying part was kind of terrible. It's tired. We got delayed over, but when we got out there, the trip was good. The people was respecting us. They ain't disrespectful. They were showing us around, telling us things we need to know about El Paso and stuff when we get down there.
Sounds like fun. All right, so you had a chance to enjoy yourself a little bit, and then you came back. Just out of curiosity, did you land during the day or at night?
It was kind of like nighttime out there, around like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock.
There's a reason for that. You land at night, you see all the lights everywhere. And as you're looking out of the plane window, you're like, man, the city is huge. Because that's all you do. All you do is see all the lights coming around, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, it's funny because that's one of the things that the coaches would always tell us, that when they bring recruits in, they want them to land at night because that's the first thing you see all those lights, and it makes a pretty big impression because then you realize there's a few more than a couple thousand people here in El Paso, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Now, are you familiar with the names like Tim Hardaway, Nate Tiny Archibald, and the 66 team from Glory Road, and some of the UTEP players in the past?
I'm up to Tim Hardaway. You feel me? I play with him a lot on 2K. That's how I'm really knowing him and stuff.
Oh my God, unbelievable, Adrian! This is what we're getting now. Guys that play on 2K with the legends. That's how we figure it out.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all, but that's awesome there, Jamal. And my biggest question for you, as far as your trip, who were some of the what were some of the driving forces that brought you here to El Paso as far as the UTEP coaching staff?
Just the city, like just the people I saw out there walking around and stuff, and see the stuff they was doing and stuff. And they very good people out there. They care for everybody. It look like out there. They want to have fun with everybody.
Coach, how long have you known Jamal? And tell me a little bit about how your relationship started.
So I've known Jamal. Met Jamal. He was in the 7th grade at Marion Sterling. He and I. He came to our open gym. I invited him to open gym in the 7th grade. That was my first year as the head coach. And Jamal was holding his own as a 7th grader against guys that were in the 11th, 10th, 12th grade. And funny thing about Jamal, people don't know, a little fun fact, he's played in every city championship here in Cleveland since his 7th grade year.
Wow. That's pretty incredible when you start to think about that. So we're talking really 5 city championships over the last 5 years.
Correct. Well, yep, 5 because we missed a year because of COVID. Yep.
Okay. That's remarkable in itself. Tell me about the quality of basketball in Cleveland and really the level it is. Everybody knows about LeBron, obviously, and when he came from Akron. But in terms of just the overall quality of talent in Cleveland, how would you assess it, Coach?
Some talented guys up here in Northeast Ohio. We had a kid last year go to Georgetown that was from Northeast Ohio, from Lutheran East. We had another kid. Some other kids went to some local colleges around here, Division I colleges. We got a kid this year. Jamal played against his head at the Cleveland State. So guys are around here getting after it. So I think they found a diamond in the rough here. Jamal's a very, very talented kid, man. He's going to do some big things out there at Texas El Paso for sure.
How have you seen his game really improve in the last couple of years?
So when he first got to Rhodes, we were again, that was my second year. Nope. Yeah, it was my second year by the time he got there. He was more of a pass first guy. Jamal can play with, he could put him with the lesser guys, I would say, when we're running fives, and those guys somehow always end up winning games and staying on the winner court versus going to the losing court. Then the second year, his sophomore year, we made a big jump. We beat a private powerhouse here twice in 1 year, beat them at their place and then beat them in the state playoffs. We ended up losing in the district finals to the number one team in the state. And Jamal was, again, a floor general, floor leader for us. And then his senior year, when he returned from going to his prep school there, he took off. I mean, he was one of the leading area scorers here, about around 27 points a game. And the kid just led us. I mean, he was the only senior that was in our starting lineup at the end of the year. It was a senior, 2 sophomores, and 2 juniors.
That's pretty incredible. So in your opinion, you probably put Jamal up there with the best players in the whole city of Cleveland, right?
So there was only 3 kids in the whole state that made all-state in both basketball and football, and Jamal was one of those kids in the whole state to conquer that mission.
That's big in itself. Now, Jamal, after what Coach just talked about, it's pretty impressive stuff. I want to know, for you, was basketball always your first love, or was it football since you had a chance to start and be all-state in both?
It might sound crazy. Football or basketball was my first sport. It was baseball. I started taking basketball serious probably like 7th grade or 8th grade year. Then I was supposed to play baseball in high school, but I didn't. So I just stuck with football and basketball through my high school career.
I'm not surprised you loved baseball. That makes a lot of sense. What were you as a kid? Did you grow up playing Little League, and are you a big Indians fan? Tell me what that was like.
Yeah, I'm a big Indians fan. I grew up playing in like little rec center leagues, like Lil F. It's stuff called like Lil F and Big F and stuff. That's with the younger kids and older kids. So I played on both squads.
Jamal, when you look at guys in the NBA right now, like Anthony Edwards, who is a dual sport athlete too. He played football, in high school and college, and then now is starting in the NBA. Is that kind of your inspiration right there? Guys who could just do it all and play any kind of sport?
Yeah, it was more of a Michael Jordan because I was more of a baseball and basketball guy when I was younger. Not always. Football was never in the progress of me playing for real.
Michael Jordan, by the way, it seems like you have good taste. I like that. That's nice. Michael is ageless, isn't he? He's the kind of guy that doesn't matter if you're playing high school now or you're playing high school 35 years ago, you still realize how great Jordan was.
Yes, sir.
Is he the GOAT in your opinion?
No, LeBron is.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's now. Coach, I'm not surprised. Jamal's going with LeBron over Jordan, especially where you guys are from. Do you agree, or do you give the edge to MJ?
I'm going to have to go with LeBron. I'm going to have to go with LeBron as well.
Are there any fans of LeBron in the in Ohio that will give Jordan the edge?
Some older guys, some guys who were around, during Jordan's era. I'm a little younger than those guys, but I'm gonna definitely roll with LeBron there for sure.
All right, Coach, did you see Jordan play? Do you remember Jordan's game with the Bulls?
Absolutely, I remember Jordan. I'm not that young, but I remember Jordan. He definitely did his thing. Scoring guy, though. I think LeBron makes everybody better. Mm-hmm. He's got a lot of guys paid. Boobie Gibson, Verjao. We can name a bunch of guys that owe LeBron a lot of money.
I agree. Scottie Pippen owes Michael Jordan a lot of money, wouldn't you say?
Well, according to Michael owed him a lot of money. It depends on who you ask.
I'll trust MJ over Pippen in terms of that one any day of the week. But you're right, absolutely right. Especially if you had a chance to watch The Last Dance and read Scotty's autobiography, which he just came out with. So that's a great point. We're with Coach Shawn Spencer and also Jamal Sumlin, the newest minor. Now, Jamal, as All-State in football, what was the position that you excelled in?
Just being the leader on that, being the leader on the squad, that wasn't really my sport, you feel me? So I was just taking everything by step and learning new things so we could accomplish our goal that we wanted to get.
You play quarterback, you play running back. What were you?
I was a receiver. I was a wide out. And on defense, I played safety and a little bit of corner. I was their kicker and punter.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
so you did a little bit of everything. No wonder you were all state. You played every position. What was your best position, wide receiver or defensive back?
Wide receiver. I'd say wide receiver. I was more of a like a guy you throw the ball up and go get it over people.
Any interest in possibly doubling up and playing two sports in college and maybe giving a little UTEP football some time in addition to basketball? Or are you 100% committed to basketball right now?
Right now, it's 100% basketball. I have to talk with my coaches and friends and family about that.
All right. Coach Spencer, should we envision any possible moonlighting from Jamal playing football over the next 4 or 5 years?
Nah, not gonna happen. No.
Okay. What about Jamal? What about some of the other schools that were also talking to you prior to signing with the Miners? Who else was recruiting you?
About sophomore, I think junior year, Rider University was hitting me up, Cleveland State. A lot of match schools was hitting me up and stuff. Then I don't know what really happened. I just kept pushing because Spencer said you got to keep pushing there, come back, no matter if they leave or you feel me.
Coach, do you find that in Ohio in general, do players like Jamal and others like him, are they being recruited to the full capacity of where they should be? Or for the most part, is Ohio not being given the same kind of, let me say that same kind of attention that other cities, other states have in terms of their high school talent?
I would say that, sometimes it's that recruiting piece is a lot on relationships, to be honest. With me being a new head coach, I had Jamal, I had another kid, Marion Dickerson, I had another kid, Keyshawn Hall, who are all Division I talents. But because me being a new head coach, guys were a little leery about coming into the gym, trusting what I saw, trusting what they saw on film. So, again, that relationship piece, and now they know that I know what that looks like. It's amazing to me now, coaches, reaching out, hey, coach, how's Jamal doing? And, is it official with UTEP or, how's the other kid doing? So I think it goes with the relationship piece and then also making sure kids go out there and do what they're supposed to do when they get on campus.
Jamal, how did UTEP find you? Tell me the story about how you became a Miner.
So Coach Earl, when he was coaching at Arkansas, I think, Little Rock, something like that, he been recruiting me. So when he went over there, I guess they were just looking after me ever since he got over there. Then they just recruited me. Then they showed up to the gym. I showed them what I could do and stuff. And they liked my game.
So Earl Boykins, who played in the NBA for a dozen years and is one of UTEP's assistant coaches these last couple seasons, you were on his radar even when he was out there at Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's big because we were kind of wondering. And by the way, that's one of the things we know also, Coach Spencer, that is when you look at Coach Boykins, he probably can spot a good one when he sees it. And, we think back to the days of Tim Hardaway when he came to UTEP from Chicago. He had no offers at the time, nothing substantial, and turned into now a basketball Hall of Famer. So sometimes even today in the age of social media and the internet, you can still find diamonds in the rough like UTEP has.
Absolutely. I truly believe Jamal is one of those guys. Once he gets on campus, get in that weight room, get on that court, able to just really focus on basketball and academics. 24/7 access to the gym, facilities, weight room, training, dietitian, everything he needs is right there in front of him. So I'm really expecting big things from Jamal. You guys stay tuned.
What was your relationship with Coach Boykins like during the search?
Coach was cool, real cool guy. I knew him from the city. He was actually really good friends with my cousin who passed. So I was able to speak about some of that good stuff there. And Coach was just honest with me. He liked Jamal. Coach Golden was extremely nice. When he flew into town and checked Jamal out, was totally transparent, told me what they thought, told me where they envisioned the program going, and they're up to some big things this year.
Jamal, going back to Earl Boykins, just his connection to the city of Cleveland, did that give you some kind of, comfort level that you're going to be going to a place in El Paso with somebody who knows your backyard in Cleveland?
And so I feel like Earl will help me with a lot of stuff too, outside of court, like just with life in general. I feel like he can help me through whatever adversity that I hit and whatever I'm going through.
Take me through all those jerseys behind you. I want to see that. I see a Cleveland 3. I see what looks like about 5 or 6 jerseys. Tell me the story behind all of them right now, Jamal, because you've got jerseys everywhere behind you.
These jerseys, come from hard working and stuff, you feel me? A couple of these jerseys, it's the same team, they just different colors. That's where I started at and stuff. That's how everything started happening.
I noticed you have a number 3. You've got a number 25. It looks like there could be a 23 there. What is your favorite number?
My favorite number is 3.
Number 3.
Yes.
Well, guess what? 3 just became available. Deontay Kennedy just went into the transfer portal. Congratulations. 3's open right now. You might actually get that next season. All right. Now, a lot of Miner fans are listening to this interview on the radio. They're hearing you. I want you to do give me the best description of your basketball game. If you had to, in a nutshell, tell me what your game is like. Sum it up for me. Let me hear what you do well on the court. What do you still need working, in your opinion?
What I do well on the court is defend and stand my ground. I'm a good playmaker. I can say that. The things I'm working on, finishing through contact with both hands, reverse layups and stuff, pull-up jumpers and stuff, and everything else will just fall in play.
So defense is where it starts for you. You like to play physical. Would you say that the physical style of play results from also playing football?
Kind of. And me just growing up in a tough neighborhood too.
I hear that. That kind of shaped you as a person on and off the court?
Yes, sir. Just tell me stand my ground. Don't let nobody bully me.
Who are some of the people in your life that have been so important to you?
My mother, my father but he passed away. And I have a 1-year-old daughter, my daughter.
What's it like juggling fatherhood with a 1-year-old?
It's cool. It's fun. It keeps me motivated. So I feel like it's great for me.
I believe it. Now, something else you said that I found really interesting is a playmaker. So do you normally play the 1? Do you prefer to play the 2? What's been your dominant position all these years as you've gotten better and better?
Through high school, my main position was point guard, but at AAU and stuff, I played the 2 a lot.
All right. Which then takes me back to Coach Spencer. How much have you seen Jamal's growth as a basketball player as a result of AAU ball?
I'm not a big fan of AAU. He's played on some really good AAU teams, though, to be honest. And then, honestly, I think when he went overseas and played on that 3-on-3 team, he won a silver medal, correct, Jamal? Overseas,
yes,
more. So that team there helped him see a different style of play. And Jamal, one thing, like I say, he shares the basketball. I mean, he makes other guys better. If he see a guy open, he's going to get him the ball. And he also instills confidence in guys. Like, I've seen some lower tier guys get on the floor with Jamal and had the games of their lives. Like, wow. And then one thing about on that defensive end, he's going to go. You're going to know you've been in the game. You won't walk out of there saying, you know what, I got those points. Whatever you score, you will work for.
I didn't realize he played in a 3-on-3 tournament overseas. Tell me a little bit more about that one.
Well, he would have to speak to that. I didn't go overseas with him.
All right, Jamal, where were you? Tell me a little bit about what that was like for you.
We went to Lithuania. I forgot what grade I was. I think I was in like 7th, 6th grade. It was very good. I experienced a lot of new things that I never thought I would experience out overseas and stuff.
So 6th or 7th grade, when you were just kind of getting going in basketball, you spent time in Lithuania playing in that tournament. Was there a lot of other teams from the U.S. or was it mostly European teams?
It was both. It was a mixture of both teams and stuff.
Now, was that through AAU ball at the time?
No, it was with the city of Cleveland, with the mayor Frank Jackson. I guess the Olympics people hit him up and told him about it, and they said grab your 4 best players that's in the city, and we want to invite them across to our town and stuff. So that's what happened.
So you were one of the best players in the city as like a 7th or 8th grader? That's pretty amazing.
Yes, sir.
All right. Coach, back to you for a second. Tell me why you dislike AAU ball. You're not the first to say it, and you won't be the last, but give me your opinion on AAU basketball.
some guys, Jamal's a little more talented, so it didn't mess up his game. But it's just up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's no really strategy. There's no game plan. It's really, I'm going to take my best guys and put them out there against your best guys and kind of see what happens. Kind of like open gym, where I'm more of a structured guy. I want guys running lanes. I want guys knowing help defense. I want guys knowing, when to rotate, front the post, because we're not really big. And that AAU kind of gets away from that.
Does it bother you that so many players will see their stock jump as a result of AAU ball and competitions versus high school ball?
It doesn't really bother me. I mean, some of my guys have been fortunate enough to have that happen to them as well. But it always goes back to high school ball. They want high school film. They want high school transcripts. They want high school test scores. So when high school ball is doing well, we'll be around for a while.
All right. Now, I've heard a lot of Jamal. You've given me a lot of great information on him too. If Miner fans are listening as we wrap this up, what would you say, Coach, is what we should expect from Jamal Sumlin here over the next 3-4 seasons of UTEP?
For the past 4 years, excuse 1 year because of COVID, he started every game. He's probably missed, on one hand, 3 practices in 4 years. He's accountable. He's a leader, and he's a winner. Jamal is a winner. Jamal, you guys are in good hands with Jamal. I mean, he started as a true freshman for us at Rhodes and carried us. Scored, almost 30 points in the city championship game. We were down 18 points at halftime. So, yeah, Jamal's a tough kid, man. You guys getting a tough, hard-nosed kid who plays the game really hard.
Jamal, I'm looking forward to meeting you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the UTEP campus. I think that's going to be terrific. As we wrap things up, Jamal, do you like Mexican food? Because you're going to get a lot of the best Mexican food you've ever had in your entire life while you're here in El Paso over the next 4 years.
I knew y'all was gonna ask that question. I knew it. Yes, I like Mexican food. My daughter, mom, they kind of Mexican, so they kind of Chinese, so they eat a lot of Mexican food and stuff. So they got me used to that.
All right, what's your favorite Mexican food right now? What do you like the best?
Really can't really tell you right now. I like all of it for.
Well, I mean, you got tacos, you got enchiladas. Yeah. I mean, that's the basic stuff.
I say tacos.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me tell you something. You're going to get some of the best tacos you've ever had in your life while you're here in El Paso. We promise you that. We will, Coach, we'll make sure he gains a little weight eating Mexican food. How's that?
For sure. You guys are in good hands. I appreciate it.
All right. Coach Spencer, Jamal, great having you on the program, and can't wait to see you in El Paso. Jamal, looking forward to it, and wish you guys nothing but the best.
Yeah, appreciate it for having me on.
See you guys soon.